In this video, we're going to get started with our manual installation of WordPress. And in order to do this, we need to go to wordpress.org. That's where we're going to find all the files that we need to download. Well, if you go to wordpress.org, on the main site, you'll notice a button that says Download WordPress 2.6.1. This version might be different by the time you watch this video, but right now the current version is 2.6.1. There's also a link up top for download, in case this button moves to a different location. Either way, we're going to click on one of these download links, and it's going to take us to the download page, and then we have another button over here for downloading WordPress. So I'm going to click on that button, and we're going to save the file. We'll click on OK, and it's going to save it. It's a pretty small file, just 1.4 megs. And now, naturally, we need to unzip and then upload all of those files to our server. Now you'll notice on this download page we also have a link here for a handy guide that will guide us through the installation process, and we're going to work through this guide. And actually, this isn't the guide we're going to work through. This is a very long, drawn-out guide with a lot of information on it. What we're going to do is we're going to scroll down a little bit, and you should see a link for the famous 5-minute installation. This is the one we're going to use. We can get WordPress up and running very, very quickly if we follow this 5-minute install. If you need more detailed instructions, you can read the rest of the page, but really, this is all we're going to need. So we've downloaded the WordPress package. Step 1 here says download and unzip. So we're going to download it, we're going to unzip it, and then the next step is to create databases. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to download it, unzip it, and we're going to go ahead and upload it as well to our server. So we've downloaded it. Now I'm going to jump into Windows Explorer so that we can unzip it. So if we jump to Windows Explorer, on my desktop I've downloaded this WordPress 261.zip. I'm just going to right click on that and click on Extract All. Click on Next, and we're going to extract it into a folder called WordPress 261 on our desktop. We'll click on Next, and then it will unzip those files for us. Once we unzip those files, we're going to upload them into a directory that we've created on our site. Okay, so we can click to show extracted files, click on Finish, and everything's inside this WordPress folder. So if we double click to go into that WordPress folder, we'll see multiple files here. Everything in this folder is what we want to upload. So let's jump back over to FTP here, and notice that in our public HTML directory of learn001.com, I've created a folder called blog2. Now our quick little Fantastico installation was stored inside this blog1 folder that we created when we created that install. And if we double click to go into that blog1 folder, we will see all of the files here that we see when we go into Windows Explorer and look at all our WordPress files. So when we created that, one-click install, it uploaded all of those files into this blog1 folder. Well, we're basically going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it manually, and we're going to upload it into this blog2 folder. Now you can create any folder you want to, or if you want the blog itself to be your entire website, then you would simply upload everything into your public HTML folder. And that way your WordPress blog would be pulled up by default whenever you type in mydomain.com or whatever. But we're going to install everything in blog2, so let's go into that folder. And then I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to find that WordPress 261 folder that we just unzipped all those files from. We'll go into that folder. And then inside that folder is a WordPress folder. We'll double click to go into that folder, and then we'll highlight all of our content in that folder and drag it over here to upload it to our FTP site. So we'll click on the top one, the top folder here, go all the way to the bottom, and then we'll shift click on the bottom one to select everything in between. And once everything in this folder is selected, we'll just click and drag it inside that blog2 folder. Now you'll notice that I didn't just drag the WordPress folder over. You definitely could do that. If you did that, then you would probably not want to create the blog2 folder. You would just drag the WordPress folder over into your public HTML folder. And then in order to get to your blog, you would type in mydomain.com/WordPress. And then you could change the name of that WordPress folder if you wanted to blog to or something like that. But it's going to take a moment to upload all the files. There are numerous files here, a couple thousand files, I believe, or a couple hundred at least. So once that has finished uploading, we'll continue with the installation.